Well, it is probably one of my favorite days of the week. It is my main squat day and my secondary deadlift day. So with a little bit of bench, but whatever. Still my favorite day. Love squats. Probably one of my better lifts for sure. Um, Definitely more leverage for it. More inclined to do it. Like it more mentally, physically, whatever. So this is definitely my favorite day. We are going to set ourselves up today to hopefully match or hit a PR next week for doubles. So we're probably going to squat today what we did as our RP9 triple. And we'll do it for a double, hopefully for an 8 or even better. If everything moves as well as I'm feeling right now, this should fly. So I'm super pumped for it. We just walked in the gym, so we're gonna have to do our warm-ups. We're gonna have to do our mobility stuff. Get underneath the bar, do all that stuff. So, yeah, let's get to it. Let's get after it. Let's kind of see what we can do here, honestly. When you guys warm up, do you guys have like set things that you do? Does it ever change for you? Like, when you put your sleeves on, when you put your belt, do you guys put your sleeves on from like first rep, empty bar, all the way up? Do you guys switch sleeves out? I'm curious, like to know. I kind of change personally, depending on how I feel that day. Days where I don't feel uh, as confident, a lot of times I will put my sleeves and belt on a little sooner, maybe even after 2 plates. Maybe like on 3 plates, I'll put my sleeves and belt on. But some days, like where I'm feeling more confident, sometimes I'll let myself not put my belt and sleeves on to help build more confidence, because then I can get in the mindset of like, okay, well, 3 plates moved super well with no sleeves and a belt. So this, now that we're doing 3.5 plates with sleeves on, this should fly, And then once this flies, this helps me so much more of my confidence on going to my top set, because this will be our last warm up, and then we're gonna go into that top set after. But I don't know. Do you guys do the same? Like, do you guys kind of have a routine? You know, bar with nothing, plate with nothing, 2 plates with a belt, 3 plates with sleeves, or or whatever your numbers are. Warm up one is this, warm up two is this, whatever. Um, that definitely fluctuate a lot. For the most part, I will say 3 plates. I'm putting a belt on pretty much no matter what. Um, just because of my back injury that I did a few months ago. Not because of the injury, but because I know I hurt it not wearing a belt on that set on 3.5 plates. And then learning after that with and without a belt, bracing is different. Having that feedback is not only a mental thing, but your body does kind of rely on it to have like a good point of feedback of like where we're at. So after learning that beltless and belted squats, deads, absolutely are different. I kind of picked up that I probably injured myself because I was not used to that type, and I should do beltless stuff. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. Since then, belt of 3 plates at least, and the sleeves kind of depending on how I feel. Today I felt great. So bare kneed 315 moves super well. We're gonna do 365 now with sleeves. This will fly so well, I'm sure, that it will absolutely send my confidence to the stratosphere to do this top set. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys do. How do you guys think about it? How do you guys go about it? You know? Oh my Lord, yes. Before I show this top set, welcome to my channel. My name is John Mahaffey. I've been powerlifting for 5 years now. I'm kind of an amateur powerlifter, coach, enthusiast, whatever you want to call it. So my main thing here is normal training. You know, I work out in my garage gym. I'm married. I have a full-time job. I have kids, so my schedule changes. Things change. I do all my own programming, which updates, you know, week to week sometimes. So a lot of that to me showcases like just what normal really is. Really wish more lifters, advanced lifters, you know, more like professional lifters. I wish they were more transparent with how their day-to-day really affected their training and life. Really wanted to be transparent when it came to my programming. If you like this stuff, subscribe to my channel, helps me out a ton. Liking the video helps me out a ton. Let's get back to the workout and let's see what we can do in this top set. You excited to watch me? No. This is 10 pounds under, though. Next week, well, I'll probably shatter my PR. Oh, 415. In the books, double. Pretty good. I'll take that. We'll call it an 8. Make it easy. I think it moved easy. Thought it moved well. Let's do some back offs. Pretty big jump from last week, 20 pounds, which is becoming on par for me for jumping up in RP. So let's keep our hands here and keep cool for next week, where we can hopefully add 20 more, demolish a PR, which to me is 10 pounds for a double, but I think that's pretty good. Whew. Yeah. Oh. So the audio got messed up towards the end of this workout. So I'm just going to do some voiceover in here for the last little bit. So sorry you can't even hear anything but the sound of my voice. But I'm sure you'll be all right. Did some deadlifts today after squats. So warmed up, did some conventional just to kind of mess around with it, see if that helps me warm up my lower back a little better, feel in a better position. And to be honest, it kind of did. These moved pretty decent. We did 365 for our doubles again, just kind of more some speed work style stuff, you know, dynamic effort, speed, rep work, volume, whatever you want to call it. I really don't care. But we did it just to get our technique a little better, get the speed of the bar a little better, get some heavy touches without the intensity being too high, yada, yada, yada. But these felt pretty nice. Warming up conventional helped a ton. And then my setup is just getting better and better to where I feel a lot more comfortable, especially with my wedge and pulling and everything. Feels like it's supposed to feel, which is good because we're nearing the meet. So I want things to feel pretty well. And then we did some bench. I mean, at this point, we're just doing comp bench 3 times a week just to get the touches in, just to get the skill down, to get our, form more dialed in, the technique more on point. Um, so yeah, everything feels pretty good. Can't really complain too much about this. This I'm really just working on technique. Keep my chest high, good leg drive. Breaking at my elbows, pulling the bar apart, squeezing, all the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. Everything I'm going to do at the meet is how I'm going to do it now. So I'm really trying to focus on pausing until I can feel what I think the bar is motionless, and then so I can really drive home what I want to do at the meet. So, um, yeah, trying to make these look as perfect as possible. Obviously, they're not going to look super perfect, but we're trying. And then we're going to move on. We're going to do some accessory stuff. We're going to do leg extensions, leg curls. I don't know what. There's not too really a ton to say about this too much. I mean, this is mostly just to get some more volume on my legs to get them a little bigger. Not that they will get too big for the meet, but they definitely this stuff will help just to keep the stimulus kind of high, to keep my fatigue decently high, so we can cut it at the last possible second. That way we don't cut it too early or too late or what have you. So um, these leg curls are brutal, man. I always end up adding too much weight and I have to end up doing a lot of these length and partials. But I mean, I'm not a science-based guy, but these definitely do something because at some point I'll be able to fully rep these out for 10 and then I'll jump up again. So then our hip flexor raises and our Copenhagen planks, nothing crazy. I will say, I found that during these sets here, my hip was clicking real bad. So I figured out if I push my knee forward and I really think about touching the wall in front of me, so that way my foot kind of follows my knee, instead of coming straight up, more like out and up, it definitely helps my hip click less. So if you've tried these before and you can't get it to work because your hip kind of clicks and doesn't feel right, push your knee forward more. You'll definitely feel more hip flexor, and it definitely helps your hip not click around, all that crap in there. But some Copenhagen planks. Again, this little crab, little pinch thing that I do. I don't know if it's necessary. It makes me just feel better. I feel like I can feel my abductors better. So that's all we got. See you next video.